In this video, I decided to move from a base that took 1,000 days to something brand new.
You what?
Okay, I'm kidding. It looks a lot better than that. But without wasting any more time, let's get straight into the video. This is going to be a big video. I've been working on this base for so long, but I think it's finally time that we start fresh. I know a lot of you really like this base, and trust me, I do too. I'm really proud of it, but it is time to move on. Because all around my base, we don't have any of the 1.18 terrain. Look at it. Disgusting. At some point, I want to build an absolutely massive castle, but for now, we're going to keep things small with an Elven starter base. My rocket supply is absolutely in the bin, so we might as well start off this video by AFK in the creeper farm. Also, once we're in the 1.18 chunks, it'll be an absolute nightmare to get back to this base, which means I'm gonna have to rebuild creeper farms, gold farms, villagers, all that stuff. I need to sort all out. Right, so I've got my little toilet cubicle up here. Let's just sit in here and get ourselves some gunpowder. Let's move on to the main topic of this video, which is obviously building the outpost itself, and we're gonna need some spare shulker boxes. Like, a lot of them just have a bunch of random junk in them, so we might as well just start clearing some of these out. You know what, I think all those shulker boxes should be perfect. For this project, I'm gonna want to be using a lot of stone as well as white concrete and that kind of thing, so I'm gonna want some other blocks to texture with. Any andesite we can find, we're just going to take straight with us. In terms of white concrete, well, 16 is not exactly ideal. Let's craft up all of that. But now what, all you guys get to sit down, enjoy yourselves. You know, you're probably watching this YouTube video, maybe you got a snack, a drink. I have got to turn all this powder into concrete. I really wish there was a faster way to do this, but there's just no choice but to mine it all down. We do still have a little bit left, but I'm just going to go with all of this because that looks like more than enough. Honestly, there probably won't be enough, but that's a problem for future me. Oh, we're finally done. But of course, we need green concrete too, so this is going to be so annoying. I really hope this build turns out good, because if it doesn't, I'm going to have wasted so much time just mining concrete. Right, that's another block crossed off the list. We finally got all of that green concrete. The main wood I want to use for this is spruce, but I swear I have none. Yes, stairs and fence, really useful. Why do I have no spruce saplings? What? You are taking the mick. Where are my spruce saplings? I refuse to believe I'm 1,000 days in this world and have no spruce saplings. Where are they? Do I genuinely have none? There we go. Right, let's get ourselves some spruce wood. And stuff like this is part of the reason why I want to move on from this base, because I didn't plan it when I first started building it, which is why it started running into these hills all around. It's just, there's no structure to it, and it was getting a bit demotivating having, like, doing so much work on it and then just still having huge areas like this that just needed so much work. I forgot I even had these guys. I've left them in here for so long now. I am so sorry. Honestly, you are probably gonna stay like this forever, so yeah, bye. Don't sue me. Also, I'm probably going to need a bit of glass for this build. Like, not loads, but I think I'm just going to buy a bit off these librarians. Do I even have any? Okay, yeah, there we go. We can buy some glass off this librarian. I hope 48 glass is enough, but realistically, it probably won't be. Right, so we got all that chucked in. I think we're nearly ready to start building. Grab ourselves a few torches, because I never have enough. And now we're ready to go and start our new 1.18 journey. I'm going to fly out probably, I'd say, 5,000, 6,000 blocks and see if we're in 1.18 terrain. That, like that. Oh, and now we have to find a good place to build our starter base. I don't really want to build it in a grassy plains area because that's really boring. But if I could find like a cool forest on a mountain or something, that would definitely be the perfect place. We got these huge mountains, a very nice flat area up here to work on. I think this is the place. Oh, what's up guys? Good morning. Oh, my new neighbors. They're dead. Right, let's get this all lit up just so we don't get bothered by any random creeper or zombie or whatever wants to bother me when I'm trying to work on this. We're going to need to get up a bunch of dirt just to sort of build in and fill in this area, because this kind of stuff is really annoying. Now, first things first, we are going to want to get some planning down. So we're going to use this purple concrete to just plan out the general area of how we want this to look. Now, we do have to bear in mind this is just a little starter base. Our main base is going to be built in the next few episodes. And we've already nearly run out of space. Good afternoon, citizens of this humble village. I'm here to steal your lawn. Oh, but you can't take our lawn. That's illegal. I don't care. Instead of trying to make this look pretty, I'm just going to build a huge rectangle of grass and then make it look pretty later. It looks so ugly. Gotta trust the process, okay? Trust the process. I may or may not have forgotten to record the last 20 minutes, but it's been going pretty well. This is what I've come up with. We've got this pillar design like this. We're gonna have 8 of them all around the circle. Some huge white walls with some big windows here. We've got all these different stone blocks for a bit of texture so it doesn't all look the same and look boring. Can you just leave me alone? Oh, why are there so many zombies? That's all the pillars done. There's not a lot to this yet, but it's honestly already looking really cool. But we do need to get started, so we need to fill in all of these walls. literally all I have is 19 concrete left. So I am going to have to head 8,000 blocks back home to get more white concrete. Oh, I really do not want to do this. I returned home and mined concrete for an hour. It was not fun. So we are finally back and ready to start work on this. And one of the first things I want to do is replace some of this white concrete with bone blocks. Because yeah, the contrast with that looks so much nicer than just plain white concrete. So if we do it over here as well, just like that. This is pretty much all the bone blocks I have. I only have 34 left, which means we are going to need to take another trip into the nether for more material. Let's grab ourselves some of these. Come here, I've had enough of you. Come, yeah, there we go. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. We finally have all the bone blocks and just all the blocks in general we're going to need. So let's get back to building. Right, well, this is what we have now. A cylinder. We've got it done on all sides. It's all filled in. And I'm going to be honest, it's looking pretty ugly. This video is genuinely going to be one of the biggest trust the process things you've ever watched, because I know how I'm going to make this look good. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go around here with a bit of this stone, and we can bring in a bit of depth like this, maybe a stone there. If we throw in some spruce fences as well, yeah, that already looks a lot better. We just do the same around here as well. As for the entrance, I have not got a clue what I'm going to do with it, but I'll think of something. And I think the best thing to do would be to just add in the same design from down there up here. Yeah, that looks way better than it originally did. So now I've just got to build all of this all around the entire thing. Also, replay mod for 1.18 hasn't come out yet, which is why you've got this incredibly interesting first person footage. So I got the stone details done on all the sides now. It's actually starting to look decent, you know. The wall here is looking a bit plain because we have this huge blank space, so I think it's time to add some windows. Okay, that's actually a pretty decent window. I quite like that. I think the roof I'm going to make is a big dome, so I need to connect up to this. So I'm not going to make this all the way out because I know I'm going to have to connect it up somehow. Yeah, I actually quite like that. Now, of course, this bit of roof section is really empty and looks a bit weird, so I'm obviously going to fill that in. Right, so it's a little bit over detailed, but it should do the job. And of course, now we just have to build the same design 2 more times. Well, that's all 3 windows done on the sides. Got 1, 2, and 3. But now I'm thinking that these side walls as well, they're a bit empty too, so we're going to put some windows on them. But I literally have 6 green stained glass left, so we're going to need to go find a desert so we can get some cactus and smelt it into green dye. I'm not joking when I say I spent half an hour searching for a desert. I doubt anyone wants to hear an angry British man complaining about a block game, so let's move on. Right, we're finally back here. We finally have the materials we need, so let's get to adding some windows. Yeah, I quite like that. I think that's pretty decent. So of course, like the other windows, I need to add this design around all the way, which means I'm going to need to build 3 more of these. That's window number 2 done, that's window number 3, and that's window number 4. Obviously we still have the entrance to do, but I don't really want to build that right now. Instead, we're going to be working on the second layer because I've actually had a really sick idea. I'm going to have all the pillars extend upwards and we're going to build some huge arches. Get you out the way. No, this isn't a bring your child to school day. No. And that is going to be the entire second layer of this done. This actually looks so sick, I can't even lie. The exterior of this build is looking absolutely amazing, but I think it's about time we sorted out this disgusting entrance. This huge place, it needs to have something good as the entrance. I think what I want is some kind of huge like wooden door here like they have on castles. And for the design of the roof itself, we'll go with something similar to the windows. So I reckon if we go for something like... I'm going to have this little crest on the top here so we can kind of differentiate this roof from the ones on the windows. That's the roof done, and I'm really starting to like this build. But this is still a bit of a problem. I think if we just try throw together some kind of door, I think we can work with this. So this is what I've come up with. It's a bit messy, but I think it does the job. With these little stone parts on the side as well, I think that gives that perfect depth. I think that looks really nice. I'm so happy with how this is looking. And then it was time to work on the roof. I started building a huge dome of green concrete, but I ran out almost immediately. This meant I once again had to gather concrete. There's not a lot of commentary while building the roof because someone zoned out while he was building it. We've got most of the roof done, but I'm going to try add in 4 mini pillars and raise the top of the roof. That's the first mini pillar done, and just look how cute that looks. If I'm honest, they're kind of too close together, so I think I'm going to need to move these. Right, so that's the 4 pillars built, so now we just got to put the final dome on top. And we're just putting the final touches on this top dome. Oh, look at that. It looks so nice. It looks so nice. I'm going to try clean up the roof here because I feel like this section's too flat. I think it needs one more like edge to really make it stand out. Once you've built a sphere, don't mess with it because you will regret it. There's no way I'm 1 block short. It's all good. We're fine. We're fine. I got some spares. Although it's kind of hard to tell at first, it just looks so much better, a lot smoother. And overall, I'm really happy with it. The roof is looking a little bit plain right now though, so I'm going to try bringing in some of this spruce wood. We don't need loads, but just enough to add a nice little contrast to the whole roof. So we've got all these wooden strips running up, but I honestly don't think it's enough. I can't really think of anything else I'm going to do for the roof, so I'm just going to texture it with some of these moss blocks. Texturing is really boring, but at least I'm placing moss blocks, and they're kind of satisfying to place. That is looking mighty fine. I'm really liking this build. The moss blocks on the roof make it look so much better. And there's just a random horse down here. What's up, man? How you doing? That's great. Of course, we still need to do all the interior of this base because right now none of these pillars connect. They just kind of end here, so I think I'm going to extend them somehow. I'm not sure, but I'll figure it out. I honestly don't have a clue what I'm doing with these, but I'm just going to have to try and make it work. This just looks too bulky. I don't know. Gonna try and make some kind of like viewing platform up top. Okay, this kind of works. It's gonna add in a few slabs for a bit of extra detail. And now that that's done, I think the last thing this roof needs is a few support columns made of wood to kind of go along with this wooden bit here. Yeah, I think I like that. It's a nice little support to the roof. Doesn't add, it's not like massively in the way, but it's quite nice. As much as I hate to say it, we are definitely going to run out of spruce wood before we get all the pillars done. At least we got this spruce forest nearby. Oh, where are all these children coming from? And he set me on fire. I definitely think it looks a lot better up here now. It's just a nice extra bit of detail from the wood, and it also just kind of makes more sense for the ceiling to be supported by these big wooden beams. But of course, now we have to fill out this entire interior. I think the first thing to do is just to get rid of this entrance here because we've already got a big door. Why would we need a second? Okay, I think something like that works pretty well. I think it is a bit awkward how there's just this flat line between the concrete and the wood, but there's not a lot we can do about that. But the vision I have for this central area is I kind of want to build a huge tree that kind of stretches all the way up to there. But the more I look at it, I'm starting to realize there's no way I can fit a tree in here. But before I give up on that entirely, I am going to give it a try, so I'm going to gather up a bunch of wood. Let's also get the floor filled in because I think it's about time we got rid of that gaping hole. Oh, let's not do that. Let's not. That's my new lawn that you just put a hole in. And now it's time to make the tree. That's the center right there. I don't have a clue what I'm doing because I never really build trees, but I'm just kind of spamming blocks and hoping for the best. Okay, it's not looking too bad. I don't mind how this looks. It's really straight though, which I don't think I'm the biggest fan of. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to take it down and try again. It is kind of annoying to have to be starting all over again, but it is worth it. It's just going to look so much better this time. Yeah, I like that. But now we're going to have to put the top on this tree, and it's either going to make or break it. Because it looks like I have a lot of space up here, but for a tree, this is not ideal. I'm sure we can make it work somehow, but it's going to be challenging. And we're finally done with the tree. And the way I'm going to get into my base, I'm going to go up through the top here. And then hopefully I should just be able to go through the leaves, through the branches. And there we go. We drop down onto the balcony. And then because I want this whole bottom area to be dedicated to like a nature kind of thing, I'm going to put all my chests, all my storage up here. Because then we have this amazing view of the massive tree. And then we've got a huge like nice nature area down there. And all the storage is hidden out of sight. So what we're going to do is we're just going to have a bunch of barrels, a bunch of chests, just lying around, so it kind of looks a bit disorganized, but you know, it's a good little storage system. So this is quite a cute little storage area. We've got like a bunch of barrels, some chests, a couple shelves, this kind of hanging barrel thing, and then a bunch more shelves. And now let's go ahead and get rid of all these ugly torches and just have some hanging lanterns. Also, just keep in mind, this is only the starter base. That's why the storage is so unorganized. The proper mega base is going to have a proper organized storage. And that might sound a little bit mental, and it kind of is, but yeah, I do plan on building a new base, a much bigger one than this, but for now, this is going to be the 1.18 starter base. I'm not going to lie, lanterns are one of the best things ever added to this game. They look so nice. We've got the storage done, we got the build done, we got the tree done. The only thing left to do now is to finish off this bottom area down here. And I think what I'm going to do down here is I'm going to have a nice pool of water surrounding the tree, and then have like a little kind of nature island. We'll have some flowers, maybe some spore blossoms. So it's time to get to work. All the way around, we've got all this stone and andesite mixed in for like this rough riverbed texture. And now, of course, we've got to fill the whole thing up with water. That should be it. And then for the final bit of decoration, we're just going to go bone meal this just to add a bit of grass, a few flowers as well. And if we just bone meal the riverbed here just to add a bit of seagrass, bit of detail. And overall, I think this whole place is looking great. And I think what would be really cool is if we hid a tiny little beacon inside the tree itself. We're going to color this thing green, obviously, to match the whole build. Hide it with a few leaves, just like so. And there we have it. And here's the base in all its glory with shaders on. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Comment down below what you want to see me build next to my hardcore world. I'm out. Peace.